you scratch your paint a little bit, it was a $2,500 truck, so don't worry about it. So if you live in a rural small town like I do, everybody buys diesel trucks that they don't need because they don't tow anything, and they all drive around with their tow mirrors flipped out because why not? It's the cool thing to do when you're like 16 or 17. There's people doing it in their late 20s and early 30s. So this video and this entire channel is actually just about my fragile ego and my need to fit in. Not really. Literally couldn't give less of a. However, I do want to be able to see going down the highway. Yesterday, it's like 80 degrees outside. I'm outside doing all sorts of productive stuff all day. We decide we're filming for YouTube today. It's like 45 or 50 degrees and overcast. I was excited to be like, oh, look, I have the new Horsepower and Pizza t-shirt. They're on the website, but it's too cold for that. So if you want a hoodie, they're also on the website. A few weeks ago, Booker and I introduced the 3500 dually service rig type deal, second gen that I bought from the company that I work for. I still haven't taken the lettering off the side, and it was a lot less editing for me to just throw Pizza Boy Metalworks on there with painter's tape. But since I introduced the truck on the channel, Julian kind of took over the channel for me for a few weeks because I have been busy with things that are inside that building that I will be showing you guys in just a few weeks. So shout out Julian, huge help, can't thank him enough. Next week's video is an Austin Healy video. He might be editing that one himself. So when Booker and I brought this one home, I set up the mirrors so I could see coming home, and that's about useless. So as soon as you catch wind on the highway, it goes like this, and then you're sitting in the cab looking at the white line going down the highway. Now I've come to the conclusion that this is what I should have purchased, but there's always time for that. So the Ram is getting new mirrors today. I opted for the normal black tow mirrors that do flip up to the douche moose antlers. We're gonna do the driver's side first, and then we'll show you what to do on the passenger side. I bought these brand new from a kid named Austin that I found on Facebook Marketplace. I have linked his website down below. He was super easy to deal with. Communication was great. Shipping was extremely fast. I highly recommend buying parts from him. Feel free to check out his website. He has these mirrors. He has all sorts of other stuff as well, and I told him I'd plug him on the video. So the first step to changing mirrors on a second gen 3500 is to plug in your air fryer and stick fried pickles in it. We'll check back on that in a couple minutes. If you have mirrors like mine, I don't know who put these on here, if it's standardized or if my company put them on there, but it's a 7/16 wrench, so you gotta take those 4 bolts out. Unfortunately, 3 of these 4 bolts came out, and this one just spins when you hit it with the impact. So me and the boys are out here. You gotta have your cameraman hold this piece. If you don't have a cameraman, get you one.
Hi, I is cameraman.
Don't try this at home, kids. Do it at a friend's house. And don't pick that up because it's gonna be spicy. If you scratch your paint a little bit, it was a $2,500 truck, so don't worry about it. If you say that it's a cover, you can sing anything you want. So now, I forgot, sorry, I just started working. Gotta take the door card off. That's a lot easier than you might believe. There's 1 Phillips head screw here, and there's 2 down in here. But if this one's, no, I might actually have to take out all 3 on this side. The other side, one of them was broken, so we only had to take one of the door handle ones out. Oh, ding! More fried pickles. Gotta start asking these neighborhood kids who their favorite YouTuber is.
Probably Adam LZ.
He is a rather good YouTuber.
Yeah. Cletus.
Cletus is good. The Sea Boys are good. So you got 3 of these screws out, right? Cool. Put them somewhere you're not gonna lose them. Like your uncracked dash in your second gen, because that's a big deal. Don't forget, kids in the back seat cause accidents. Accidents in the back seat cause kids. No back seat, no accidents. Single cab. Honestly, this is the hardest part of this entire process. You gotta take your crank window thing off of here because you need to pull the door card off. So there's a little clip in here. I'm not gonna really be able to show you while we do it. I don't think.
Is that pizza on your hand?
It is pizza on my hand. Oh. Call that hand pizza.
Oh.
But I'm not a rapper. It's kind of hard to get to, but we'll get there. It's kind of hard to see, but if you look in there, there is a metal clip. All you really need to do is find one end of it and push it, I think it popped. Maybe. Yep. So then, oh no, it didn't just spin. Sorry, it's getting kind of windy, kids. So there's that. If you can get a pair of tweezers or something in there, preferably ones with hooks on them. It's kind of hard, I'm not gonna lie. Or a screwdriver or something or other. There's probably a better tool to do this, but as long as you can hook underneath it and pull, that clip cinches down around this retaining groove back behind the splines. And so now that's out of the way, we'll just leave that out of the way for right now. Okay, so now there's a bunch of those annoying little plastic clips that hold this to the actual steel door, but because it's a 96, a lot of them are broken, especially if this has been apart before. Well, on this one, it's actually missing all of them the whole way down and around. So we're just gonna follow it up, pop them out. Oh, look at that. You gotta come up around the lock. You gotta wiggle it this way, around the handle, back in business. So there's this crusty old thing. Just kind of pull that out. Don't breathe that, because it's probably not good for you. What am I saying? You kids are all smoking jewels and doing all sorts of weird things, so it's probably better for you than that. These are hard to explain, because this is just like a plastic bolt, and these are just like stamped metal nuts, and they come right off. And yeah, if you press that hard enough, that's what those look like, holding on from the inside. You can honestly just throw these out. They gave us this piece of foam, and it's got holes cut in it for those studs. Slide her on, slide that through like that. You got 3 existing holes. Should we clean this up? Yes. Are we going to? Absolutely not. Slide those studs through there like so. It'll hang there by itself. The booker's gonna hold it anyway. So you take this, there's 3 holes, you line them up like that. It should match the shape of the door. Now comes the fun part. Take these 3 nuts that they provide you with, start them out.
And then you torque them down.
And then you take your Milwaukee Fuel M12 zippy gun, make sure it's going the right direction. It's a 10mm socket from Harbor Freight. That's why it's magenta. And you run them home, bud. Not a ratchet strap, but I don't think she's going anywhere. So these are also useless at this point, so throw them in there with the rest of the junk. Honestly, I probably have replacement clips for that, but that's not on my list of things to do today. First order of business is lining it up so it slides in with the door handle. Get it over there, make sure the lock mechanism goes through, because that's kind of important sometimes.
You worried about someone stealing this?
Not really, it's insured. Pop them all back into place, find those 3 screws. So you reinstall those 3 screws back on there. You'll feel it line up with the splines, like so. You gotta take this.
Psych, I lied.
So you'll start that clip like that. You will feel it slip onto the splines. Pick or a screwdriver or something, push it back in. You're not gonna be able to see it, but you push down on that clip, seat it into place. Oh, look at that, now that doesn't come off. Still works. If you're using your dad's tools, put them back so he doesn't whoop your ass. Overall, I think they look pretty clean. Especially snap down, they look really good. Gonna have to do something about these holes, but at least they're not just big holes in the door, so we can plug them and figure that out. Overall, it looks mean. It's a big douche moose now. What do you think? You got douche moose mirrors?
It looks a lot better than the original. 100%.
Looks a lot more modern for as old as it is.
Yeah.
We're gonna end the video there for today. Huge shout out to our homie Booker for coming over to help out and film these sweatshirts. They're coming soon. At Horsepower Pizza on all other platforms. Website is linked down below. Austin's website is also linked down below if you want mirrors like that or any other parts that he may have for sale. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. Build it for you.